Radio Algeria International, our voice in the world.
This is the English service of Radio Algeria International. It's time for the news.
Today, November 15, marks the celebration of the anniversary of the proclamation of the State of Palestine in 1988 here in Algiers by late Palestinian President Yasser Arafat. The United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees, UNRWA, has said that heavy rains are exacerbating the already dire situation in the Gaza Strip, with families seeking shelter wherever they can, including makeshift tents. And the advisor to the President of the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic in charge of natural resources and legal affairs, Ubi Bushraya Bashir, has stated that 50 years after the disastrous Madrid Accords, Spain bears a historical responsibility not only towards the Sahrawi people, but also towards the entire North African region. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail from Radio Algeria International. Good afternoon. First in our news, today, November 15, marks the celebration of the anniversary of the proclamation of the State of Palestine in 1988 here in Algiers by late Palestinian President Yasser Arafat. The Palestinian Declaration of Independence, which formally established the State of Palestine, was written by Palestinian poet Mahmoud Darwish and proclaimed by Yasser Arafat on 15 November 1988 in Algiers. It had previously been adopted by the Palestinian National Council, PNC, the legislative body of the Palestine Liberation Organization, PLO, by a vote of 253 in favor, 46 against, and 10 abstention. It was read at the closing session of the 19th PNC session to a standing ovation. Upon completing the reading of the declaration, Yasser Arafat, as chairman of the PLO, assumed the title of President of Palestine. In April 1989, the PLO Central Council elected Arafat as the first president of the State of Palestine. Following the declaration of Palestinian independence, about 50 countries recognized it recognized it then, and in the week that followed, they included the state of the Arab League, most African and Asian countries, as well as those of the former Eastern Bloc, including the Soviet Union. Now, over 157 countries have recognized the State of Palestine worldwide. A special program will follow at the end of this news bulletin regarding the celebration of the declaration or the proclamation of the State of Palestine. And the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees, UNRWA, has said that heavy rains are exacerbating the already dire situation in the Gaza Strip, with families seeking shelter wherever they can, including makeshift tents. Mariam Bersha has more details in this report.
The agency said in a statement that shelter supplies are urgently needed in Gaza and must be made available, urging for permission to deliver them to the population. The agency warned that the current storm affecting the Gaza Strip will have catastrophic consequences for displaced people there. This came as heavy rains flooded thousands of tents belonging to displaced people in the Gaza Strip, soaking clothes, bedding, and few remaining possessions, further intensifying their daily suffering that had persisted since the